This is how I went about fixing my frozen or stuck WEN tabletop belt sander. This particular one is the model 6502T. And when I turned on the power button, it just made a bad humming noise and the belt would not turn. The motor was seized up. I could barely turn this at all. So I'm going to show you how I went about fixing it. So first I took this off with this orange handled thing. I unscrewed that and took this off so I could lay this on its side for oiling the motor. The two tools you're going to need are a Phillips head screwdriver and a Allen wrench. And I used 3-in-1 oil for lubrication. After I take this off, I'll take the belt, the sanding paper off, and we'll take it from there. First, take off this with the orange handle. Just unscrew it and take this off. So this sander was a gift to me one Christmas about 2 years ago, and I have seriously for about 2 years ran this sander almost every day for hours and hours and hours. This thing has been awesome. It's really kept up and I'm very happy with it. The only thing I've had to do is the belt came loose once and I had to get the belt back on. That's it. This thing's been great until yesterday. Turned it on and it seized up. It didn't want to turn. So next I'm going to remove this plate here with the Phillips screwdriver. The next thing I did was turn it on its side to take off the bottom plate. This was mostly just because I wanted to clean it. That's like the first thing I do generally with things is clean it so you can see what's going on better. And I used it so much, I knew that the motor and housing was probably packed with sawdust, even though I use a dust collector system on it. So that's just 4 screws. And of course, you're going to want to unplug it first. But all this was just caked with tons of sawdust, sanding dust, whatever. So I took the shop vac and a little brush and I vacuumed out all the dust that was settled in here. And the next thing I did was I took off the belt. You could probably get away with oiling it without taking this off, because I oiled it down in there instead of taking the whole motor out of the housing, which is these here. And it just seemed like a lot of work, and I wanted to just try to get some oil in there first. And so that is where I oiled it. But I took this off, the belt and everything. So that's what we're going to do. These are also Phillips head screws, but they turn the opposite way than normal. And I held the disc on the other side when I was loosening them up, so it wouldn't move, and I finally got that screw loose. How you loosen this up is these 3 screws here. This screw, and this screw. And that allows it to move freely. And then you loosen, or you change the tension with the Allen wrench here. So now that I have these 3 screws loosened, I'm going to take the Allen wrench and loosen this bottom one. And you'll see as I turn, the belt tension will change. You can see it loosening up. So now I'll take this off. Again, I had to hold the disc on the other side so this could get loose. Turn the opposite way. This slides off. After I vacuumed up all the dust, I took an air compressor and blew out around this down into the motor. I blew that out, and there was a good amount of dust in there. So I blew out the dust before I dropped the oil down in there. A few drops around it. I gave it some time, and then I put it back up and turn the disc, because it's more leverage too, and almost immediately it was much easier to turn. So I just kind of worked it. Put another drop or 2 in there, work it, and yeah, it freed up pretty much immediately. Yeah, so you might not be able to turn it at all until you put it up, because it's resting on its disc right now, and that's why you want to put it right side up to get it worked in. All right, so that was pretty much it, and I'm going to put it back together, and I'll turn it on just so you can see, but that's how I unfroze the motor on my WEN tabletop sander. Again, the big part was getting the dust out, blowing the dust out, and getting some oil down in there. Just kind of getting this not totally loose before I do the Allen wrench, but I'm not fully tightening these first. Doing the Allen wrench first. Don't want it too tight. Take it a little looser than that. There we go. Now secure it into place with the 3 screws. couple things that I do as well is I have this piece of acrylic. I know it seems silly, but it helps not to throw dust everywhere. Plug it back in. There we go. Loud as usual, but she works. And that's hopefully gonna fix it for a while. We'll see.